September 7th, 1996, Las Vegas. 4 rounds tore into the passenger side of a black BMW 75 OI. For 30 years, the truth was buried beneath myth, money, and systemic corruption. These are the 5 theories of Tupac Shakur's assassination, ranked from manufactured spectacle to the unvarnished reality. Theory 5 is the media narrative, the Coastal War. Tabloids framed the assassination as the fatal climax of the East Coast-West Coast rivalry ignited at Quad Studios. But while the lyrical war dominated magazine covers, investigators quickly realized the cross-country feud was largely a public distraction that obscured local, calculated motives on the ground. Past this media illusion lies the systemic rot, rogue badges. Detective Russell Poole's relentless investigation exposed a dangerous intersection where corrupt LAPD officers from the Rampart Division moonlighted as death row muscle. The theory suggests an institutional ambush, sanctioned or orchestrated by badge-carrying operatives protecting lucrative underground pipelines and keeping state surveillance operations silent. Theory 3 enters modern mythology, the Machiavelli Vanishing Act. Inspired by the political philosopher who wrote on staging one's demise to deceive enemies, this theory points to anomalies. The rushed cremation without a formal coroner's inquest, cryptic posthumous lyrics, and persistent reports of Shakur living in political asylum in Cuba alongside his aunt, Assata. Theory 2 exposed internal corporate motive. Weeks before his death, Tupac fired his label's legal representation and demanded forensic audits into tens of millions in unpaid royalties, preparing to walk away with his master recordings to launch Euthanasia Records. Dead, his catalog remained trapped under label control, generating hundreds of millions in uncontested posthumous revenue. The final theory is the brutal, historically established truth. No grand conspiracy. Just 4 minutes in the MGM Grand lobby where Tupac assaulted Southside Crip Orlando Anderson over a stolen medallion. Anderson's uncle, Keffe D, secured a firearm, tracked the BMW to Flamingo and Koval, and executed an unglamorous, devastating act of street retaliation that ended the world's biggest icon. Which theory do the facts support? Drop your analysis in the comments below and subscribe for the next investigative case file. This is Toussaint Tesseract 77 reporting live and direct from the Holographic Network. Peace. He survived 30 years of street wars, only to get dismantled by a podcast mic. Keffe D honestly believed he was the smartest hustler in the room. Flashback. September 96. Flamingo and Koval. A white Cadillac rolls up, a .40 caliber Glock gets slid into the backseat, and hip-hop history gets shattered forever. For 20 straight years, the streets stayed silent until this man started running his mouth for internet clout. He sold the book, he cashed the YouTube checks. He actually convinced himself a federal proffer meant Las Vegas homicide could never touch him. He literally handed detectives the blueprint to his own life sentence. Now he's standing in Clark County, scrambling, crying to the judge. It was all just entertainment, just make-believe stories for cash. Too late. You talked your own self straight into a cage. Hit subscribe, drop your verdict in the comments, and tap that pinned link right now for the full uncensored breakdown. September 7th, 1996. Mike Tyson takes 109 seconds to win at the MGM Grand. But the real execution starts in the lobby. Death Row security guard Trayvon Lane spots Southside Compton Crip Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, the man who snatched a Death Row medallion months earlier at Lakewood Mall. Lane points him out. Tupac charges instantly, throwing the first punch and stomping Anderson alongside Suge Knight's crew. In the streets of Compton, a public beating demands immediate blood. The hit is greenlit within minutes. At 11:15 p.m., Knight's black BMW 75OIL heads east towards Club 662 for a post-fight party, leading a sprawling death row convoy. At the intersection of Flamingo and Koval, however, the car gets trapped at a red light. Tupac leans out the passenger window, allegedly laughing with fans and yelling over the sound system, completely oblivious to the crosshairs soon to be on him. A white 1996 Cadillac DeVille slides up silently on the blind passenger side. Inside sit 4 Southside Crips who spent the last 2 hours scouring the strip for payback. In it sit 4 soon-to-be assassins. Keffe D directs the ambush from the front seat, pulling out a Glock .40 and passing it directly to the shooters in the back. The rear window drops. 14 rounds shred the BMW's door in under 3 seconds. Tupac scrambles towards the back seat to take cover before bullets tear into his chest, arm, and thigh, collapsing his right lung. Knight takes bullet shrapnel to the head as the Cadillac burns rubber into the Vegas night. 6 days later, Tupac Shakur becomes immortal through the ages in the event of his demise. For decades, the case sits cold. The men in that Cadillac die one by one until only Keffe D is left. Believing an old 2008 federal proffer gave him lifetime immunity, Davis goes on a 10-year media blitz. He does YouTube interviews, writes a tell-all memoir, and brags openly about procuring the gun and orchestrating the hit. In September 2023, Las Vegas police kicked down his door. Under Nevada law, acting in concert means the mastermind who coordinates the ambush and hands over the weapon is just as guilty as the shooter. Keffe D didn't get caught by an informant. He talked himself straight into a murder trial. This has been Tucson Tesseract 77 reporting live and direct from the holographic universe. Drop your comments below, share your thoughts, like the video, and subscribe for more investigative journalism tuned to the truth. Peace.